Yes. You can start, Miss Laila.
Um, in the name of Allah, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Peace be upon you. Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening for everyone from all over the world. Teachers, educators, and our colleagues from the Arab all the Arab countries or all over the world. As I said, welcome again in the Arab English Teachers Association in a new lecture and a new presentation. Today, the presentation or the speech is entitled "Approaches in Teaching Writing: The Process or Products" by Dr. Behzad Zamani. The Dr. Behzad Zamani is ABA in Applied Linguistics in 1999. Applied Linguistics in 2009. Also, he has got a PhD in or he's a PhD candidate in applied linguistics since 2015. He's got he is a Cambridge CELTA holder, Cambridge TKD and Delta Module 1, and certified teacher trainer. The awards and some awards that Dr. Behzad Zamani has got several citations from Ministry of Education since 2001. He has a participation in several international and national conferences and presenting papers like the IELTA. More than five citations from the authorities of the Ministry of Education, and first place in Superior Teaching Festival in Iran, and in 2007 and then 2012. He's got the best lesson plan designing. He's the best lesson plan designer and developing in the lesson planning festival in Iran in 2014. Welcome, Mrs. Dr. Behzad Zamani today, and will not forget to also greet the Arab English Teachers Association founder and president, chef editor, Mrs. Shawqia Hawawre, from Palestine. She has an MA English teacher master in teaching methods. She has won the second place in the as a president of the Creativity and Excellency Award in Palestine in 2020, and she is a Wakelet member, leader, and ambassador, and trainer, and certified educator, and she is also a certified near-pod educator for many platforms, educational and digital platforms like Nearpod, Quizzes, Kahoot, Pensy, Olympia, and ambassador for many of these digital Microsoft platforms or others too. She's a keynote speaker. So Mrs. Shawqia Hawawre is a keynote speaker in local and global conferences, nominated for the Global Teacher and an MIE Microsoft Innovative Educator Master Trainer, a Microsoft Innovative Expert in 2020 and 22. She is also a super ambassador and judge for the Global Creative Women Award in 2021 and a judge for some awards. Also, she is the coordinator of the Green Wide World projects. Of course, we are happy today and to be among these two last resort in scholars
Yes,
and
please,
will
doctor,
not make
can you
the.
mute one device? Can you mute one device?
No, I have just one device, Mrs. Shawqia.
No, no, not Dr. Behzad, Dr. Behzad.
Mm.
Yes, go on, please, Miss Laila, go on.
And I will not, okay, make the things more longer. I give the floor to Dr. Behzad Zamani to enrich us and share with us this very interesting, in my opinion, very interesting topic, which is about writing. Well, really, writing easy to process or products. Uh, we are eager to hear from you, Dr. Behzad. The floor is yours. Thank you. Or Mrs. Shawqia, do you have any word before you start?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you, Miss Laila, for this nice introduction for Dr. Behzad, our guest speaker, and for me. Thanks a lot, our coordinator. And also, we are so glad to have Dr. Behzad Zamani for another time in our fruitful sessions in the Arab English Teachers Association. As Miss Laila said, I'm Shawqia Hawawre, the president of the Arab English Teachers Association, and we welcome you all, even either Mr. and Dr. Behzad Zamani, Miss Laila Taik, and our attendees from all over the world in our 52nd session in this association, as we held many fruitful and amazing presentations about different strategies, different English skills, which are helpful and important for us as educators in order to develop ourselves professionally and, of course, in order to upgrade our students' proficiency and competence. Thanks another time for joining us, and we hope that you will get benefit from this fruitful session as usual. Now, thanks another time for accepting our invitation, Dr. Behzad, and now the floor is yours. You are muted. So sorry, you are muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, you are audible now. You can go ahead.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
very good. Thank you so much. Okay. So thanks a lot. Okay, dear Miss Shawqia and Miss Laila for my introducing me actually, but I'm just a simple teacher, and as I've always actually told that a great teacher, first of all, is a great learner. So as a teacher, we need to learn every day, and it is such kind of mission and such kind of duty of every single teacher around the world to learn more, to teach more. Okay, and it's a kind of instruction that we need to do. Okay. Let's get started. And first of all, I just want to get familiar with those people who have participated in this session. And just, I have the chat room here. I mean, I can see the chat here, everyone. And just please introduce yourself in very short sentence, okay? Your name, please, and your country, as well as your English background as a teacher, as a student. Just write in the chat. We have 2 minutes to introduce yourself, okay? And to tell me about your English background, what degree you have, and as well as if you have an experience in teaching, just please type on the chat box. Okay, I have 2 minutes. I'm waiting for 2 minutes to see your introduction parts. Thank you so much.
Yes, please make interaction between you and our speaker in order to make our session more fruitful and interactive. Introduce yourselves.
Huda, okay. Very good. Teacher. Thank you, Huda. Okay, Huda, where are you from? Ehsan Roba. Oh, thank you, Ehsan. Ehsan, I'm so glad to have you here again from Morocco. Yeah, teacher of Arabic and Islamic education. Great. Egypt. Thank you so much. And Huda is from Egypt, and uh, Ehsan is from Morocco. Thank you so much, both teachers. That's going to be my honor. Very good. Other guys, please. Thank you. I need this part of the story. Please help me and just shake a leg. Thank you so much. Okay, Rim Mohammed. Okay, very good. IC teacher and admin for electronic platforms in the school. Very good. Very good, Mohammed. Nice to meet you, Mohammed. Mohammed, where are you from? And Laila from Morocco, English teacher. Thank you, Laila. Okay, happy and it's my pleasure actually to be at yours today. Okay, it's my honor. Thank you so much. And other guys, please shake a leg. Okay, and I'm teaching Egyptian Japanese school. Really? Sounds interesting. Okay, very good. Okay. Japanese school, and what do you teach there then, Muhammad? You teach English? Yeah, sure. I'm like I'm an English teacher from Palestine that I know you very well. Okay, in Egypt. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sounds great. I'm a secondary school EFL teacher. Very good. Very good. Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
No.
Do you have any guests from Oman? Okay, or no tonight in this session? Oman, yes or no? From Tunisia? Okay, very good. I'm really happy to have you here from different countries: Egypt, Morocco, Palestine, and Tunisia. Very good, very good. It's really my honor to be here at yours. Okay, sounds really great. Okay, and other guys, Algeria. Oh my God, very nice. And Algeria, I think you had the final game of football between Algeria and Senegal, if I'm not mistaken, last night. And I don't know what was the result, the final result, who won the champion, who got the first place, and who became champion, Algeria or Senegal. I speak French. Yeah, most people in Algeria actually they speak French because somehow it's a kind of your yeah. Rima Alzaro, okay, from Palestine. Nice to meet you, Rima. Okay, Rima is a male or is a female? Male name or
Rima female.
female?
Rima female.
Okay, dear.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay.
Reem, there is Reem and Reem here in Palestine and in many Arab countries, and those names are for females.
For females, Rima and Rima. Nice name.
But there are some names are used either for males and females, like Islam, like Jihad, like Nidal, for example. So sometimes when we are having meeting sessions, training sessions, when I read, for example, Nidal, sometimes I said, yes, Mr. Nidal. She will say, no, I am Mrs. Nidal, for example.
Okay, okay. Sounds great. Thank you, Rima. Okay, thank you. So most of the guys participating in this session are teachers. Okay, so I have a very simple question. My first question is here. Uh, I have asked you, okay, to introduce yourself very briefly in a class that we want to have for 1 hour, less or more, okay? So what is the name of this strategy? And your classes online or face to face? Can you tell me why did I do it as a teacher, as a third generation of English teacher around the world, okay, around the world? We need to know why we are doing something. Why I've asked you to introduce yourself briefly and tell me a little about your English background and your profession that you've been doing, okay? And where are you from? And something very, interesting thing happened here. And so just tell me, please, why actually I've done that. Can you tell me, anyone? You can activate your mic and talk, or maybe you just wanna write in the chat box. What's the name of this strategy? Am I audible or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes,
So,
yes.
name of this strategy?
Maybe icebreaker.
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 Yeah, icebreaker is the name, but it has another specific and technical name as well. What I have done, I haven't had any knowledge about any of the participants. I don't know how many participants do we have in the session, but I haven't known any of them. Okay, so I've tried to establish the rapport. Okay, establishing the rapport is the very first step. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear
Of course,
you.
you are
Yes.
audible.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I thought that I'm not. Okay, so it was the first step that I've done. It's the matter of establishing the rapport, but I can't send the message. I don't know why. Okay, I've been restricted. Okay, again, issues from my country. Okay, anyway, really, I wish these days, greatly, I wish to leave my country and, migrate to another country to live there and work there as a teacher. And I'm thinking about it. Okay, maybe Mr. Ray, you can help me with this topic. Okay, so anyway, it was establishing the rapport. Means I've tried to make a kind of mutual understanding and mutual interaction between going to happen between teacher and participant, between trainer, presenter, and participant. And in this way, I know who the people are, because I need to know my people that I'm talking for them as many time or as much time that I want to talk with them. And this very first step is a very important part of the story of each class. It doesn't matter it's going to be online or face to face. So just do it, and don't worry that it's gonna you wanna waste your time. It's not wasting of your time. Okay, it's just establishing the rapport, and this rapport gonna help you to activate your students' background knowledge, as well as actually more motivation, as dear great Zoltan Durnia said. Okay, to motivate our students, we need to establish the rapport at the very first stage. Okay, let's go through our slides. Okay, you can see the file here, and I've just made, here you can see that. Okay, written versus a spoken language. Okay, we have a spoken English and written English. Okay, both of them. Are they skill or they are sub skills? What are they? Yes, speaking or writing? Can you tell me, please? Please type your answer in the chat box. Are they speaking? Are speaking or writing a skill or not? Just type in the chat box. If you can hear me, just type in the box. What are speaking or writing? Are they a skill or no?
Okay, I will help a little bit because the names are in Arabic. So Mrs. Awatif says core, they are core skills. Mr. or Mrs. Shayma, she says they are skills. Yes. Mr. Hassan say they are skills.
Very good.
Miss
Good job.
Huda say vocabulary and grammar. Mrs. Awatif again, they are productive skills.
Very nice. Thank you so much. They're productive skills. Exactly. We have two types of skills: receptive skill and productive skill. And exactly, they're productive skill because as you're speaking or as you're writing, you're producing some language. So now look at these features. The differences between a spoken language and written language. The first one is here. In a spoken language, the discourse is often tidy or untidy. Surely it's untidy because I don't have any access to the chat box. I have to just I need to be helped by dear Laila and Miss Shawqia to know what the participants actually are typing in the chat box. Okay. Anyway, as you can see here, the spoken language is the discourses are often untidy, and another one is here. That's often a higher incidence of verb phrases. When you talk actually in a speaking, we need to use lots of verb phrases because it is something that conveys the message. But in writing, the story is different. We need punctuation, we need clauses, we need every detail because it's a kind of package, it's a kind of box that you want to deliver, and you can't go there and explain what you have written. For example, in an exam like IELTS, okay, you have two writing tasks. IELTS, I mean task 1 and task 2. So you're given a topic and then you start writing, and you're not there to explain what you've written. So everything should be actually placed in the right part of the story, and it can be really helpful. And a higher likelihood of an informal style or register. As you know, spoken English is a kind of tendency, and the style and the register is informal. Vice versa in writing, mostly we have the register is formal, okay, and it's mostly spontaneous and contains redundancies. Means you can have a lot of redundancy in the speaking, and you don't need to be economical. You don't need to be economical, but when it comes to actually writing, we need to be economical, and redundancy I'm so sorry, really. Okay. Yep. Okay. Thank you so much. I think you have my voice as well as my face, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So can you hear me, guys?
Yes, you are
Yes.
audible.
Thanks. I think now I can type. I think. No, I can't type. I have been limited. Okay. And the next part of the story is here that conveys meaning through a stress, intonation, and pauses. When I'm speaking like now, I can try to convey the message through pauses, through a stress and intonation, body language, posture, gesture, and so on. But in writing, we have no sign of such a things. Okay. And moreover, the speaker is usually able to get instant feedback on your message or on their message. When you're speaking, you can stop, you can pause, you can go back and correct yourself. But in writing, again, we don't have such a freedom, okay, such freedom. And surely the limitation is here that this writing is a package that it's going to be delivered, then it's going to convey the message. And the next one, often made up of a series of utterances that we are not complete sentences. When I'm talking like now, you can see that I have, pieces of language every time, and I can try to convey the message. I have some pauses, I have some stress and intonation. I have even my body language that you can see here. But when it comes to writing, there is no sign of any of these features and actual attributes that I am talking. And the speaker can support their message using gesture and facial expression as I'm doing here, and even in face-to-face classes that you have some more chance and opportunities actually to convey the message more beautifully, and by using your body language and your gesture and so on. Okay, and finally there are some topics that the features of spoken language. But then later we want to talk about the features of written language, and I hope that the time can help us. I just want to go through my slides a little more, a little faster. Hopefully I can cover. Okay, some question about writing, and just please type your answer in the chat box, and I hope I can have your answers here. Okay, dear Ms. Shawqia, can I ask how many participants are there in the session, or no, it's not possible?
You
Yes,
mean
it
you
is
want to
possible.
open the mic? Yes, of course, I guess.
Yes,
Want them to interact with you?
about 30, 35, about 34, 35.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I need access. Okay. Very good. Yep. Okay. Yep. Very nice. Okay. Thank you so much. And the chat box again. I don't have any access to chat box yet. Anyway, so some questions about writing. I just shared the question, and I want to discuss. Do you think that written practice of tenses helps to develop writing skills? Why or why not? Just one person turn on her mic and answer this question. Each question, one person help me with the answer of that question as much as you can. Okay, there is no obligation here, and it's not a must, but just we want to share knowledge and about this question as much as we know. The first question, I need a volunteer to talk.
Yes, just raise your hand, and we will open the mic. If anybody needs to answer it by his or her voice, just raise the hand, and then we will open the mic for him or her.
Yes, who writes in the chat. So the question is again, do you think that written practice of tenses helps to develop writing skills? Why and why not? Or why not? You'll follow from the chat too. Yes, please open the mic if you need to answer in orally.
Yes, Miss Laila, they can raise the hand, then we will open the mic because I disabled the mics for all.
Oh, yes. Okay. Please raise your hand.
Please be more active. Yes,
Okay.
there is one.
Nobody likes to
Yes, Huda.
participate. Okay. And I really
Yes,
don't want
Huda,
such a class.
Huda.
I want to be the
Huda, you
dominant
can.
speaker.
Yes,
Oh,
Huda will begin.
yes, I
Yes,
think
Huda Hadi.
learning tenses is more important that it tends more to formal writing or communication.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good. Good answer. Why not?
Uh, yes, Mr. Al Hassan.
Yep.
Yes, go ahead, please. Go ahead, Mr. Al Hassan.
Hello, hello everyone. Uh, I
Hello.
think that it's very important to practice tenses when writing, because the events what we when we write a paragraph should be related uh, to a time, maybe in the past or the present, or so it's very important, but not the only thing. We must also uh, practice other abilities like vocabulary, etc.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was great. Anybody else gonna answer this question, or we want to go to the next question, please? Okay. Just take a look, because I have to finish the session at 10
There
and I.
are, yes, Doctor, there are some answers in the chat box. Will you, Miss Laila, read them?
Yes, some teachers, colleagues answered. Um, yes, because the events should be related to tenses. And this is Mr. Hassan, who has just answered, also said that. Al Shayma said yes, writing is considered to be a practical side of speaking. Mrs. Karima said, she said, she has just introduced herself. And Mrs. Zainab said, of course, yes. Yes, tenses are very important in practicing writing. I just want to say my opinion. Can I also say my answer?
Thank you
True?
so much.
Or okay, yes, you finish.
Okay, thank you so much. It was great, and thank you for sharing your nice information, experiences about tenses and the rule of tenses in writing. That surely, as you have told, one part of the story is grammar, because when I talk about grammar, tense is going to be one part of the grammar, because we have grammatical range and accuracy. Listen carefully to me here about this part of the story, but we should consider, and we should, I mean, have a special attention in grain details to this part of the story, that lots of students think that writing is just a matter of, or grammar is just a matter of tenses. Yeah, tense is one part of the grammar. We say grammar, tenses, and accuracy, and it's like a seesaw. Okay, you need to make a balance between your, I mean, grammatical range and accuracy. Means how precisely and accurately you want to write, not precisely accurately. Okay, it's a matter of writing correct without I mean, many mistakes, just with few mistakes or errors, it's better to say. Okay, because when it comes to grammatical range, it's a matter of tenses, it's a matter of sentences and different types of sentences, and it's a matter of a structure. These three parts are going to be our grammar, and accuracy means error-free sentences. We need to write as many as possible error-free sentences when we are doing a writing, because we have two types of errors here: minor mistakes and major mistakes. And when we talk about major mistakes, those mistakes going to impede and break down the communication between the reader and the writer. Okay, so grammar is important, tenses are important, and it can help us to develop writing skill, but not that much that we just want to focus on it in our classes, because it has been observed, it has been seen in some classes that teachers just focus on the students' tenses. So what about, I mean, answering the question? What about coherence and cohesion? What about lexical resources? What about punctuation? Okay, so they all need to be paid attention and considered. Any questions so far? Thank you. Now, next question is here. Where do learners usually write their first draft of piece of writing? At home or in class, and why? Please answer this question as well. Thank you. You have 2 minutes again to answer this question. I mean, you can activate your mic, or even you can type, and dear Laila going to read for us.
Okay. The second question, where do learners usually write their first draft of a piece of writing? At home or in class, and why?
And why?
Yes, please. Yeah, please write in the chat box. Yes, or you can raise your hand and open the mic, and maybe because you give the justification why. So Miss Awatif said that they write in class, in the writing process should be, she said, in class. It's an opportunity for peer correction and group debate.
Very good. Very good answer. Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
I like the answer too. Yes, another, okay. Mr. Al Hassan said we can use these two possibilities. It means at home and in class according to the goal. Maybe you mean the objective of the lesson. Yes.
Very okay. Very
Okay.
good.
Yes. Another answer, yes. Please, okay. Oh, okay. Huda said, I think at home. Okay, thank you, Huda.
Thank you, Huda.
From Egypt. Yes.
Yeah, from Egypt. Exactly.
Yes. And Mrs. Awatif said, if it's done at home, it's impossible to assess students fairly. So she thinks that it should be in the classroom. And again, she said they earn the basics in class and practice at home. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes. Okay, I guess that's we'll proceed. Now we need more answers, Mr. Dr. Behzad.
Thank you so much. It was great. Really,
Okay.
it was great. Thank you so much. Nice answer I have received. Very good. Okay. If it's a kind of process writing, as the first person answered the question very beautifully, yes, it is recommended to be written in the classroom because it's their first draft and it needs peer correction, it needs teacher actually support, and some group work that the student can do, and lots of things that they can learn from each other. Then this first draft can be taken home, and for next session can be actually be as a kind of assignment or homework to write the final draft or the printable draft that's gonna come to class again, and some more activities, because really it's a part of, I mean, lost part of our classes. The most classes that I've observed, I have seen that usually writing is not considered that much, okay, and all of attention goes to speaking and listening, okay, but what about writing as a kind of productive skill? So if it's a matter of process writing, surely the first piece of writing needs to be done in the classroom, and after that it can be taken home for writing the final draft. Thank you so much. Next question. Do you often get learners to focus on cohesive devices in their written work? Why or why not? Is another question. And if you don't have any information maybe about cohesive devices, I just want to say one part of the writing going to be coherence and cohesion. And when it comes to cohesion, coherence is a matter of, I mean, connectivity, meaningful connectivity.
Yes, again, please try to answer the third question in the chat. Do you often get learners to focus on cohesive devices in their written work? Why or why not? Yes, you are waiting for your answers. Yes, as you know, cohesion is very important and necessary in writing, even two sentences or a paragraph. Very important condition. Yes, or you can open your mics too, or raise your hand. Okay. By the way, there are other questions, Mr. Dr. Behzad. They say, how can we implement artificial intelligence tools and applications
Yeah,
in writing
voice.
process? Maybe later. Okay. Yes.
Am
Okay,
I
Mrs.
audible?
Awatif. Yes, yes, you are audible. So, Mrs. Awatif answered this question. Being aware of the cohesive devices in crucial to get coherence because linkers and connectors make a meaningful text or essay.
Okay, I want to actually extend my question with another question, or I want to have a follow-up question. My question is here: how many cohesive devices do you know in writing? How many? Just give me a number: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many cohesive devices do you know? Just write it. I mean, in chat box, please type your answer. Yeah, thank you, Khalil. Dogma teaching, yeah. Dogma teaching is by Scott Thornberry. Yeah. Conjunction. Oh, I
Say
can.
conjunction,
Yeah,
adjectives, and pronouns.
I have the chat box. Hopefully, okay. I'm so happy to
Okay,
have. Yeah.
so you can
Conjunction.
read.
Okay. Yeah. And pronouns. Okay. So you're talking about conjunctions, connections, or connectors, and pronouns. Okay. What are pronouns? What do you mean exactly by pronouns? It's necessary to have an idea about using linking words, okay, conjunction and concession, and okay, you're just, I think mainly you know cohesion, okay, opposition, okay. So opposition goes to a structure, and but relative and subordinate pronouns, okay, yeah, there's just a matter of connectors, something that now you're talking about. But normally and usually four types of cohesive devices, okay, we have in writing, and we need to have a special attention on them, okay. Firstly are the core words, okay. For example, if the topic or the question is about um, for example, money is the most important consideration when you get a job. Money is the most important consideration when you get the job. Do you agree or disagree? It's the topic. Okay, so money here is the core word, and at least in each paragraph that you want to write, it needs to be written once, 2 or 3 times. So it's a matter of core word. And the next part of the cohesive devices are the keywords. And keywords shouldn't be repeated, okay? And instead they need to be replaced by some other synonyms. For example, your writing is about money and you're talking about, for example, job, and uh, so those keywords that you want to use about job shouldn't be repeated, and it's another cohesive device. And number 3 are the references. References, you know, in writing we have lots of references, and in 1 hour session I can't go through all of them really, because you know how difficult is writing. I mean, teaching writing in our classes in a right way. Maybe we teach writing, but surely, and I would say, okay, so kind of just wasting our students time. Mostly I'm talking about myself, not you, because surely you're great teachers and you know how to teach. But when it comes to me, I'm talking about myself. Okay, I can see lots of lacks and shortages. Okay, in my teaching writing, that I usually don't follow those rules and regulations and principles. Okay. When we use pronouns, okay, pronouns, okay, a different situation. You can use, for example, a referencing is just not a matter of pronouns. One part of the referencing is pronouns. For example, I use Ms. Shawqia is the president of, for example, Arabic English Teachers Association, and she here is a kind of referencing to Ms. Shawqia, and it's a kind of coercive device again. Okay, and she usually hold these sessions for English teachers of Arabic countries. Okay, so these again a kind of, I mean, demonstrative pronoun is a kind of coercive device, and we can talk about them on and on. Okay, I'm not it's not in the tolerance of this session, and we should avoid ambiguity, surely. Okay, when you're using referencing, I mean, a good referencing should avoid ambiguity, and surely it's a very important part of the story. Okay. Okay, so yes, when we use pronouns, exactly that is. And finally, it is connection. Okay, those connectors that we need to use, for example, in conclusion, and lots of other ones that just one is smooth. Okay, without connectors, your writing is meaningful, because it has coherence. But when we use right connectors, your writing going to be smoother, it's going to be easier to understand, and it's more understandable. Okay, exactly, references should be clear. Thank you so much. Okay, so using of cohesive devices and written work as a must. But if some students, for example, I mean beginners that usually don't know these devices very well, and we don't need to tell our students what cohesive device is. Just you need to tell them, for example, you need to use a write, for example, referencing here. Don't tell that it's cohesion or coherence. They should write, and you just want to help them with some, I mean, not those pedagogical terminologies that surely is not a, it's not necessary to be told. Okay. Anyway, and so cohesive device is important, and if we don't use them, our writing gonna be poor, but it's still understandable. It's still understandable. The next question: how good are learners at editing their own and each other written work? Just answer this question. I'm sure you haven't answered this question. Please, 1 minute. Dear Ms. Shawqia, I'm 100% sure that we need one more session to finish writing. Tonight I want to talk about this part, and then I want to go through those two approaches: process writing or product writing. What are the differences and how we can put in practice in our classes? No answer? Question number 4. Am I audible or no? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, hello? Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, man.
Yes, of course.
So try to answer the question number 4, because we are, I mean, time limitation. Thank you so much. I would be glad if you can answer this question as well. Thank you so much, dear Ahmed.
Yes, the question says, how good are learners at editing their own and each other written work? Are they good at doing this or not, and how? Please answer it either in the chat box, or you can raise your hand and then we can unmute you.
You need to be familiar with correction codes and using checklists. Bravo, bravo, dear Awatif Abdul Ghabi. And Laila says a well-organized outline of the essay is very important. Surely it is. Not good enough.
Yes, Mr. Mahmoud, go ahead, please. Open your mic.
They need to be familiar with
Mr.
correct.
Mahmoud Hussein.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, of
I,
course. Go ahead.
I think students are not good at editing each other's, and they are not good at editing their own writing. So teacher have to give them a hand before editing, that he can play the role of a guide or a role model. He can play a role play in front of them, and like he can make as an example, before the students send their writing themselves, he can do that with a student or more than one, and the students can follow his footsteps, so they are able to edit theirs. And the teacher must be a good guide to the teacher. He must give them the chance to express themselves, and he give them a hand to be able to edit them, because after they send their proposals, I think they cannot edit it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your nice answer, but I beg to differ. I beg to differ, okay? You know, nowadays in English teaching, we need to trust our students.
Yes.
We
What
need,
about play
yep.
in that game? I think we can mingle students to do that. Yani, I think they can do that through teamwork. Through teamwork, a group of team can write a paragraph or write whatever, and another team can correct it, and they can do it as a role play in the class. I think that would give a chance to be good editors.
Very good. Very good answer. Exactly it is, okay? Even if sometimes we think that our students are not good enough actually in editing their own, but surely the first edition should be done by students on their own job, on their own work, to see what they have done. And you know, a lot of minor mistakes can be corrected by themselves, because as they're writing and focusing on their writing, usually because of the lack of concentration and focus, they make some errors, some minor mistakes that simply the first edition by themselves they can actually remove those problems. But for editing each other's work, surely a peer correction, giving a code gonna be really helpful, okay? But yeah, the teacher can smooth the flow, and then a step by step, students can be in the middle, and teacher should step away and just try to be there when they need the help. Means we should try to shift our classes from being that teacher centered to learner centered nowadays. We need to to believe in our students. We need to give them a confidence that they need, and by giving this confidence they trust you and they try more, and it's a kind of motivation as well for them, and they believe that they can do something. But whenever or sorry, but when a teacher all the time gonna be the god of his class, it doesn't make sense, and maybe lots of students going to lose their confidence, and surely it won't be fruitful for both students and teachers. Thank you so much. Next question. Do you sometimes get learners to brainstorm? Yes, okay. There should be a leader, not write them everything. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Ehsan. Okay. They face many challenges in their writing, especially in spelling. Yeah, exactly it is. Dear I've been done. I don't know the name. I'm sorry. Okay. So, do you sometimes get learners to brainstorm ideas for writing in groups or no? Yeah. How effective is this? Yeah, you have a writing, you give them a topic, and then so you put your students in group for brainstorming to put their ideas on a piece of writing before writing the first draft. Do you do such a thing or no? For sure. Mahmoud said for sure. Mahmoud Hussein said for sure. Okay, thank you so much. Other guys, what do you think about the next question?
I think it's a good idea to give the students the opinion to own about their own ideas.
Sorry, can you repeat once again? I couldn't get you. I couldn't catch you.
Can you hear me well now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yes.
I think the teacher must give the students a good chance to make brainstorming about any topic he has given them to discuss. But in groups, I think because more, يعني مثلا, for example, if we give them a topic about water, some students can give ways how to save water, how to conserve water. Some of them can give, مثلا, for example, we can fix taps that drip. Some others we can reuse water, or I mean recycle using water. Some others can give more and other ideas, and the teacher mustn't be self-centered. The class itself must be student-centered, so the students can get confidence in themselves and they can express about their opinions freely. Hence, the students are able to write a very good one. That's all.
Thank you so much. Okay, yes, this is a pre-writing activity, and they brainstorm their ideas and word web. Okay, fishbone diagram. Very good, very good. A spidergram. Okay, or jot down actually ideas. They can choose the appropriate words for the topic. It's motivating and helping for the weaker students. Bravo, Abatif Abdul Ghabi. Very nice idea, and thank you for the guy who has actually shared his idea. Yeah, brainstorming and putting students in groups to brainstorm are going to be a kind of creative activity in your classes that simply you can increase your students' creativity because they can have their own ideas and they can learn to express themselves in their own, in front of their friends. Because if they want to express themselves in front of you as a teacher, maybe they're frightened or sometimes they panic and so on and so forth, that you know this story is much better. So putting in group in brainstormings has, both bilateral, uh, advantages for students in the group. Okay, those who have some ideas to share and those who don't have some ideas to share. But anyway, gonna be both of them gonna be great, and that's a very nice idea that we can use, and surely it can be effective. And step by step, students will learn that when they want to do a start writing, or they want to have some writing, especially process writing, they need to have some brainstorming to put their ideas in any form of actually diagram or spider, or I don't know, different types of word web, or I don't know, fishbone diagram, that they can share their ideas later and put them. Okay, dividing students in groups elaborates the teacher to focus on their real needs. Yeah, it can help them surely, and as students will be more motivated to work with each other and help each other. And it's a kind of life lesson. This is a pre-writing activity, and the brainstorm their ideas. And the word, yeah, thank you, Wolf Muhammad Saad. Okay, thank you so much. Very nice idea. Look at this question, please. Which of the following aspects, if of writing, do you consider the most important? Punctuation, correct grammar, or paragraphing? Okay, which one is the most important?
Yes, I will read the question. Which of following aspects of writing, if writing, do you, I think, of writing, do you consider the most important? Punctuation, correct grammar, or paragraphing?
All of them.
Okay.
All of
Mr.
them.
Mahmoud said all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
another.
you so much. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. All of them, punctuation, correct grammar, and paragraphing, all of them are important. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Hassan said
But
first
look
we
at
should
the
focus
question.
on
Which one
mechanics.
is the most important? All of them are important. Which one is the most important?
Marwa said paragraphing. Marwa.
Yeah,
Mrs.
exactly.
Marwa said paragraphing.
Was a paragraphing, and it's correct answer, because if we don't have right paragraphing, we are writing going to be maybe out of the adequate, appropriate, enough coherence. And so the communication between the reader and the writer are going to be impeded or actually broken down, and surely it's not that okay, that good. Thank you so much. And question, last question, I'm sorry. Last question is here. Do you believe it helps the learner to provide a model text for a piece of writing? Why? Yeah, sometimes it can be sin, okay? Punctuation and capitalization and how to make a correct answer. Okay, thank you so much. Good. Correct sentence. Yeah, correct sentence with minor mistake or major mistake. If it's major mistake, yeah, it's gonna be difficult, but minor mistake doesn't impede the communication. Grammar is the lost when they make editing. Exactly. Yeah, it is. Really, it is. Okay. Paragraphing is correct. Yeah. And finally, do you believe it helps learn to provide a model text for a piece of writing? Uh, yeah, sometimes we give a model text to our students and then I ask our students to read the model text and then try to copy it. Means write a writing or a piece of writing about the same topic or similar topic, but with copying from the text, the model text that we have given them. Is it okay or no?
It's okay.
It's
I think
okay. Why?
uh, because learning through moduling is very important, so the students can imitate your footsteps, and they can write about their own ideas at the same way, in the same way.
Bravo, bravo, nice answer. Exactly, it's effective. Exactly, yeah, you're right.
Thanks a bunch. But I think for the previous questions, I think the three items or elements are so important, because if we look at the punctuation marks, would you like to eat father? The students, if we didn't put a comma before father, the listener may think that, would you like to eat your father? Yes, eat your father himself for punctuation. And
No,
for
don't make a mistake here. Yeah, because as you're talking
yes,
here is a matter of a spoken language. Now it
yes,
is something that you have told is a spoken language, okay? And my question is
yes,
the most important. You're right, the most important.
yes,
Okay, you're right. All of them are important, but the most
yes.
important gonna be actually paragraphing. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you
thanks a
so much
bunch.
for the nice answer of the last question. And with this question, okay, it's gonna be a kind of introduction for process or product writing that I think we need 1 more hour for 2 weeks later. I will be at yours again, I promise. Not next week, but the next. The week later, 2 weeks in 2 weeks. Okay, I'll be here to go through these two approaches: process writing or product writing. What are the differences, and some nice ideas that you can put in practice in your own classes. And thank you so much for having me here tonight. And I hope that you find the session fruitful. And any question, I'm at yours. Otherwise, I just want to put an end to my tonight's session and say goodbye. And I listen to Mr. Raya and Miss Laila if they want to say some words, if they have some words.
Thank you, Mrs. Dr. Behzad, for this interesting. I don't want to call it a presentation, but it's a very rich interaction between colleagues, questions and answers, and reflection on the topic, which about writing. So what I understood from the end is that I can answer that writing is a process. This is what you want us to implicitly to understand without
Or
giving
maybe,
the
or maybe
yeah,
both of them, or maybe both of
yes,
them.
it's
Yeah.
okay. It's a process that lead into a product. Maybe
Excellent. That's very
yes.
good answer. Excellent. Process is things that needs more than steps, but the product after the process. It's a result of, I think, a process related to,
Yes,
yes.
Very
the
good.
product is a
Very good.
result of all the yes
Yeah,
of a
It's a,
process
I will
of and
discuss.
of skills.
I will discuss both approaches in details for you next session in 1 hour.
Okay,
uh,
yes. And
Doctor,
congratulations, Mr. Behzad, Dr. Behzad, for this okay this interaction with us. This is congratulations for this certificate or as getting the ambassadorship of the Arab English Teachers Association. Um, uh, and we here Mrs. Shawqia offers you this certificate. I hope you accept it, and we are always happy to have you, listen to you, and learn from you. Thank you.
Nice of you. Thank you so much. Thank you all, dear participants, and
Thank
thank you
you.
for your active participation. Thank you so much. Great
Thank
night.
you, Dr. Behzad. It was really a great chance to have you another time. It was a fruitful session full of information. It was interactive, engaging. And I also want to thank my coordinator, Miss Laila Taik from Morocco, as well as our great attendees from all over the world for their active participation. And of course, another time, congratulations for this certificate of ambassadorship for our Arab English Teachers Association. For you, Dr. Behzad from Iran, for your active participation and recognize outstanding contribution to our association. It is our pleasure to have you in this association and to enrich us with your knowledge, which is very special and valuable for every educator all over the world. And also, there is another certificate of appreciation for you because you deserve the best. Thank you a lot, and we hope that you will join us another time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And thanks for your nice words that you have shared with me here. And I hope to see you soon in 2 weeks for talking and discussing process or product that I'm sure, I'm dead certain that you can find the topic very interesting and you can put them in practice in your classes as well. Okay. Have a great night. And thank you again for your nice certificate of ambassadorship that you have presented me. And really, I have been honored today. And thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And our attendees wait for the form in order to fill it for your certification. Please fill it correctly, and you will receive your certificate immediately in your email that you wrote inside the form. Congratulations for all. It is our great pleasure, and we are so proud to have all of you. Don't miss our next session tomorrow at 5 p.m. Jerusalem time, inshallah, with another guest speaker, another English skill. So don't lose it. Goodbye and thank you.
Goodbye and thank you, Dr. Behzad.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Shawqia, and for all the attendees with us. I'd like your ideas in the chat, and also when you opened your mic, we learn from each other. Goodbye. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Bye
thank
Thank
bye.
you.
you so much.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you. I will wait for 2 minutes, then I will close the room for those who want to fill the form. Thank you. Have a nice night. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Follow us tomorrow on the same link. You can join, you can keep the same link, then you can join us, but at 5 p.m. Jerusalem time and 3 p.m. GMT. Okay? Don't miss it. It will be very fruitful session also. Thank
Okay,
you.
see you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Assalamu alaikum. Goodbye. If you have any question, you can